It is nothing, there is a philosophical understanding. Just we have to remember. So much discussion. Because we have to read and we have to memorize all these things. So when we'll get time again for reading. So at least as we are getting time, please give full concentration on reading all these things. So you can make more video on only 13 devotees. Yeah. So we are reading from some do's and don't do's. There are 32 and again 29. So out of 32, we read up to 16. So from 17 we read to. One should not chastise anyone before the deity. So our feeling should be that deity is the king. So just imagine you are in front of the king. Can you chastise anyone in front of the king? So one should not chastise. It does not mean that you can chastise other person. Yes, other place you can chastise, but better not to chastise anybody. But at least no way in front of the deity. 18. One should not be charitable to the beggars before the deity. Bhikshukka bhiksha madhyana in front of the deity. Because who are you to give alms? Are you thinking you are the owner of this world? No. Because the world belongs to the Lord. To whom you can give something. If you can want to give something, give in the form of prasad, not your thing. One should not speak very harshly to others before the deity. Again, the same thing. Should not speak harshly to anybody, but not especially in front of the deity. One should not wear a fur blanket before the deity. One should not eulogize or praise anyone else before the deity. One should not speak any ill names before the deity. One should not pass air before the deity. Simple thing, but sometimes we overlook all this thing. One should not fail to worship the deity according to one's means. Very wonderful thing. Very powerful point. One should not fail to worship the deity according to one's means. We keep deity in front into the room and we give only Nakuldana. But we are giving Panishadji and other thing. Okay, we cannot worship the deity like Mayapur temple. But we have to worship according to our ability. Jat krashi, jadashnashi, whatever ability. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the Lord is satisfied if some devotee offers him even a leaf or a little water. This formula prescribed by the Lord is universally applicable even for the poorest man. But that does not mean that one who has sufficient means to worship the Lord very nicely should also adopt this method and try to satisfy the Lord simply by offering water and a leaf. No. That means we want to cheat the Lord. If he has sufficient means, he should offer nice decorations, nice flowers, and nice foodstuffs, and observe all ceremonies. It is not that one should try to satisfy the Supreme Lord with a little water and a leaf, and for himself, he spend all his money in sense gratification. Oh, Krishna said only leaf and water. We can use our money for sense gratification. 25th. One should not eat anything which is not offered first to Krishna. That means one should not eat anything other than prasad. One should not fail to offer fresh fruit and grains to Krishna according to this season. So we should try to offer fresh thing according to the season. Like mango season, jackfruit season, lychee season. We should try to give seasonal fruit, seasonal flower. After food is cooked, no one should be offered any food stuff unless it is first offered to the deity. Like we have cooked some food, and we are giving some relative is going, send him, okay, we'll offer later on the deity. No, not like that. What is cooked? First offer deity, then. Just imagine, you are a king. You have one maid servant. She's cooking for you. And after cooking, she's feeding her children and kept her. As you are a king, she kept nice thing for you. She'll give it to you. How will you feel that? Can you imagine? Oh, the cook may say, oh, I have kept, you are alone, I have kept 5 persons food for you. Don't worry, my children will take only little. Why are you upset? You are a king, you are 50 years old, you don't have so hunger. But my small child eats 5-6 times a day. So he needs frequent food. So I can give him and I'll give you later. How will you feel? No. So, very powerful. Always we should think, Lord is a king and he is in front of me. Now, how we should deal with him? Then automatically, all rules fall in line. That is why Rup Goswami is giving a thumb rule. What is the thumb rule? Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. All rules and regulations are subservient of these 2 principles. I should do this or not? Ask, if you do this, if you forget Krishna, then do this. Should I do this? If you don't do, Krishna you'll forget Krishna. Then, yeah. So, it is not that every time we should ask someone. Apply your intelligence. Krishna is the Lord and Master of the whole world, and he is present in front of you in the form of deity. Now, how we should take? One should not sit with his back towards the deity. People may not understand. People have forgotten this type of culture. In previous days, if someone is to visit king, when they go to the king, they cannot turn. They should come backward. They cannot show back towards him. Showing someone back means disrespecting. So we should not. But we should not be fanatic. Like king is there and one girl is dancing in front of the king. And so, oh, a rascal girl is dancing, showing back towards. Why should not? Only dance, you can show back also that time. That is another thing. One should not offer obeisances silently to the spiritual master, or in other words, one should recite aloud the prayers to the spiritual master while offering obeisances. Very, very important. When we're paying obeisance to spiritual master, Namang Vishnu Pada, not like that. You should utter full name just so that he can hear. Namang Vishnu Pada Krishna Vishta Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminite Nam. But in case of ISKCON, people may do guru preaching. I should inform others who is my guru. That is why I should speak loudly. So that is why we should cautious about that. In the temple, other places, don't do this. But when you are in front of a spiritual master, he is alone, you are alone. So that time we should not forget this rule. It is sometimes some rules are there for ISKCON. Like one should give respect, supreme respect to the spiritual master. That is why the spiritual master is Krishna Kripa Srimurti. Krishna Kripa Srimurti. Who is the spiritual master? Krishna Kripa Srimurti. Krishna Kripa Srimurti means the spiritual master is the personification of the mercy of the Lord. That is called in English His Divine Grace. That is called His Divine Grace. So spiritual master is His Divine Grace. But in ISKCON, we want to give supreme respect to Srila Prabhupada. That is why His Divine Grace only for Srila Prabhupada. Nobody can write to or address his spiritual master as His Divine Grace. Once upon a time, one devotee, best puja offering wrote, best puja offering he wrote, Guru Maharaj will accept His Divine Grace, Guru Maharaj will accept that other is God brother should see, your disciple is addressing His Divine Grace. So then your spiritual master be humiliated by his God brother. So we should be cautious about it. 31st. One should not praise himself before the spiritual master. Sometimes I have seen some people come to spiritual master and he got some 15 minutes time for appointment. And 14 minutes he is speaking about himself. If you go to a doctor and you are telling your only problem and not taking any medicine from him, what is the use? He is a rascal. The spiritual master knows everything. You take medicine from him, that's all. So, and why you are telling about ourselves? Because telling about ourselves, our praise, our glory. If we go to a doctor, I have so many doctors at there. If we go to a doctor, what do you say? Moshama potito prabhu na pahibe aro. We want to prove in front of the doctor that I am a critically ill patient to get his attention. To get the attention of doctor, we prove that I am critically ill patient. So in the same way, if we go to the spiritual master, we should tell how much I am fallen. If you go to doctor, oh yeah, I am a very healthy person. I was in the army. I do morning walking, doing Kapalbhati, all these things. I don't have no problem. Sometimes I cannot sleep 7 or 8 hours, maybe 5, 6 hours. Still, I thought, as you are a big doctor, I want to consult with you. Our mood should not be like that. What doctor will say? Okay, no problem. You can guide other. In the same way, if we say spiritual master, I know how you come to Krishna consciousness. Actually, as an inborn devotee, our whole family, actually Krishna family, since childhood I am chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Before coming ISKCON, I was also chanting 16 round. Also, since our childhood, not only reading Bhagavad Gita, I used to give Bhagavad Gita class to others also. And also since childhood, I am reading Bhagavatam also. And wearing Tilshi and Mala, doing Akadashi. But I heard that Prabhupada has made ISKCON, and we have to take initiation from ISKCON, that is a How is future master? Oh, what a great fortune I have. I got this type of disciple. On the other hand, what devotee should say? Ebe joy bhushuk tribhuvan. Oh, my spiritual master, if you deliver me, your name will be believed three planetary systems. Because all the three planetary systems, I am known as a rascal number one. Nobody can cure me. So if you can cure me, automatically your name will spread in three planetary systems. So that should be our need. In front of the spiritual master, we should say, Moshama Patito Prabhu na paivyat. Oh, doctor, you will not get not a single one more critical patient than me. The same way, oh spiritual master, you will not get more fallen than me. So that should be our need. Last one. One should not deride the demigods before the deity. There's no question of deride. Another rules we read, we should not disrespect demigods. Devotee respect him, ant. They don't disrespect anybody. And demigods, they are appointed authority. And appointed by Lord. Apart from 32, this is a list of 32 offenses. Besides this, there are a number of offenses which are mentioned in Varaha Purana. Some will be the same. These are as follows. Number one, one should not touch the deity in a dark room. You entered the altar, electricity has gone. So at long as light is not coming, don't touch. Number two, one should not fail to strictly follow the rules and regulations in worshipping the deity. That will cover so many things. There are so many rules and regulations for the deity worship. So you should follow strictly all these things. Everything should not be mentioned. Like after passing stool, you should use water. It should be mentioned here. You know what should be done. Yes, it should be after passing urine, you should take water. It should be mentioned. But after passing a stool, it is not, no question of discussing. But nowadays it is so difficult. In those days, Rupa Goswami never understood that I should read it, write it. Rupa Goswami never understood that after 500 years, people even in Western country, in our temple, in ISKCON temple also, in toilet there is no facilities for washing feet. However modernized. In toilet, there is no water for washing feet. You can go any mosque in any country. The washing feet facilities are there. But Hindu temple, ISKCON temple, toilets are there, but no facility for washing feet. So we are so modern. One should not enter the temple of the deity without first making some sound. This is another important thing. Like if we enter someone, or there should be the bell. Why? If you enter someone's house, how do you should do? Can you enter someone's house without informing anybody? At least you should knock it. Hare Krishna, can I come? We should take permission. Not only that, for the deity, the rules is like that. Deity hall means Vaikuntha Lok. In front of Vaikuntha, who is there? Jai Vijay. So we should ask permission for the Jai Vijay. Can I go inside? And it will be better if you took 2 flowers In the mind, you can think Jai Vijay is standing two sides, offer flower to their feet, take permission and go inside. But it will not be always possible. Normally, temple in front there is a bell, just small, ring the bell, then enter inside.
If no bell, door.
You know well, you can knock the door or clap. Number 4, one should not offer any food stuff to the deity which has been seen by dog or other lower animals. Have you seen like if you sapan of a plate is made and taking towards deity is open, and one dog has seen, what will happen? Laughing and laughing behind you. Just imagine you are taking a plate from the kitchen to the deity room and dog is running after you. And in such a you take it there, how Lord will feel? If you don't understand in such a, just you imagine. Your servant is bringing one plate to you, and he's bringing plate and dog is coming with you, and the servant keep in front of you. How will feel at that time? Okay, it may be like that. Whatever you offer, if somebody saw, oh, he's sitting like that. Prabhu is doing like that, and they are giving us a little thing. In Ujjain, early days, one day, some festival was there. After serving prasad, nothing was there. Everything finished. So some dal was there. So we some server were there. We have to eat something. Who will cook it? Some parmal was there. Pop rice was there, and dal we eat it. Some people saw that, oh, they're eating pop rice, they have not given to us. So, if you take this type of plate, not only lower animals, if other people will saw that, wow, what is eating? And he's Saprama, he's Sannyas, he's Guru, he's eating like that. How is devotee like that? It happens. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and his wife cooked a lot of things, and his famous son-in-law Amog, he criticized, wow, how is Sannyasi can eat like this? So that is why not only lower animal, nobody should see. That is why we should cover. When going to offer, we should cover. 5th one. One should not break silence while worshiping. It's a very important thing. When you're worshipping, don't talk. Maybe so many emergency talk, urgent matter. Don't break silence. 6th, one should not pass urine or evacuate while engaged in worshipping. No question. One should not offer incense without offering some flower. Very vital point. Remember again, one should not offer incense without offering some flower. Normally what happens? First incense, then lamp, then argha, then cloth, vastra, then flower. But here saying, one should not offer incense without offering some flower. Then how to rectify this situation? Before starting worshipping, offer some flower. Then arati, flower is different. Unless flowers without any fragrance should not be offered. Sorry, useless flowers without any fragrance should not be offered. Very important thing. The flower has no fragrance, should not be offered. But again, we have to understand, in Corona time, what happens? No flower. And if we bring flower, we have to keep outside 24 hours. What is called that time? Quarantine to 14 days. At least, whatever, 24 hours. And what will happen to the flower?
Right.
And that flour getting also very, that is why in Ujjain, how do you did? Cloth flour. We made some flour of cloth and used to use. Lord should be decorated. What to do? But after Corona, we are not doing that. One should not enter the temple directly after sexual intercourse. 11. One should not touch a woman during her menstrual period. 12. One should not enter the temple after touching a dead body. One should not enter the temple wearing garments of red or blue color of garments which are unwashed. One should not enter the temple after seeing a dead body. That is also. If we see a dead body, we become contaminated. But nowadays it's difficult. Like that is okay. But if somebody is showing a video, you are going to the altar, somebody show that somebody has passed away showing. So again, so. But when physically we are seeing, that time we should try to follow this. One should not pass air within the temple. 16. One should not be angry within the temple. 17. One should not enter the temple after visiting a crematorium. Means you have to take bath, wash clothes. One should not bells before the deity. What does it mean? That means you should enter after digestion. So until one has fully digested his food, he should not enter the temple. One should not smoke marijuana or ganja. One should not take opium or similar intoxication. One should not enter the deity room or touch the body of the deity after having smeared oil his body. So one should not touch the deity if you smear body with oil. What will happen if your oil will touch to the deity? One should not show disrespect to a scripture teaching about the supremacy of the Lord. Actually, fourth name of it. What is the fourth name of it? One should not blaspheme Vedic literature or literature in particular Vedic. One should not introduce any opposing scripture. One should not cue battle before the deity. That is why Prabhupada said no battle. What about deity? No battle. One should not offer a flower which was kept in an unclean pot. One should not worship the Lord while sitting on the bare floor. So during worshipping, we should take one seat. One must have a sitting place or carpet. Number 27. One should not touch the deity before one has completed taking bath. So there is no question. After taking bath only, or touching, we should have entered the temple. One should not decorate his forehead with the 3-line tilak. Like this, 3-line tilak. Shave. Should not do that. One should not enter the temple without washing his hands and feet. Maybe it is very difficult for us to follow, but as much as practical. One should not enter the temple without washing his hands and feet. Especially before eating and after eating, we should try to follow this rule, principle strictly. Okay, our time is over. It's not too important to discuss, but we have to memorize. Thank you very much. Okay, one question. Pratyasha Vishwas.
Thank you so much, Dhanavad Pranam. Maharaj, thank you for giving the wonderful class. And you are reading with so much care and love for us. But as an I am thinking myself as an offender because I cannot reciprocate it at the exam. So sorry for that, Maharaj. Maharaj, my question is from the 27th point. On should not touch the deity before on has completed taking bath. So Maharaj, when we do Mongol Arati, then we every day we don't wash our hair while taking bath. So is it an offense?
Prabhupada mentioned it is recommended for Matajis. Without washing hair, their taking bath is complete. If we kept that type of recommendation every time we take full bath, so they may become sick. So for Matajis, if they are sick, without washing their hair, they can take bath. No problem.
Maharaj, I have another question. May I? In the class, you were mentioning that Krishna Kripa Srimurti about Srila Prabhupada. His divine grace is the English of that. So, what is the meaning of His holiness and His grace or her grace?
Actually, yes. His Holiness, normally, we use that for the His Holiness person, Srimad, Sripad. Normally, His grace we use that Sriman. Normally, His grace, Prabhu's Sriman. But we can use anywhere all these things. There is no hard and fast rule. Normally, we use that his per Bengali or Hindi word, Krishna Kripa Srimurti Srila Prabhupada and Srimad in His Holiness. Sometimes Sripad somebody use, but His grace, we can Sripad, Srimad, both we can use. There is no hard and fast rule.
I don't understand the meaning of Srimad and Sripad.
Sri means Sri or Srila means opulence or glory, or mat pratyay means adorned with, yukta. It is combined with Srimat. It is adorned with opulence.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Okay. Last question, Nidhi.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanavad. Maharaj, there was the food, it was in the fourth point, it was mentioned that one should not offer the food which is seen by dogs or other lower animals. And does the same applies if there is some flies nearby or insects?
No, lower animals is not like that. Sometimes what happens when you offer food, some flies are in the face of the deity. What to do? Sometimes you offer food, then cockroach is going there. It should not be like that. Flies should be, how can I? But yes, we should maintain the cleanliness in such a way. No fly, no ant, nothing should be there. That type of cleanliness we should maintain.
Okay, Maharaj.
Sometimes when you do Mangalarti, sometimes you see some small rat, chua, is crawling on the flute of the Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj.
So we should be very cautious. We should maintain the cleanliness, hygienic status, high standard. Every ISKCON temple should get ISO certificate. Prabhupada ki next admission.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.